Once upon a time there was a boy named Billy who had a dog named Sparky. Sparky was Billy's best friend in the whole wide world. The two of them did everything together, from playing fetch in the backyard to going on long walks around the neighborhood. One night, Billy and Sparky were sleeping soundly when a loud noise woke them up. Billy looked out his bedroom window and couldn't believe his eyes. There was a bright, flashing spaceship right in his backyard. He watched in shock as the door to the spaceship opened and three little green aliens with big black eyes came marching out. The aliens scurried straight over to Sparky, picked him up, and carried him into their spaceship. Sparky! No, cried Billy. He ran outside in his pajamas and tried to chase after the spaceship, but it was too late. The spaceship door closed and the ship blasted off into the night sky, taking Sparky away to parts unknown. Poor Billy started crying. "What am I going to do without Sparky?" he sobbed. Sparky was more than just a pet to Billy, he was Billy's best friend. And now, he had been alien-napped. Billy knew he had to get Sparky back from those aliens, no matter what. While most kids wouldn't believe aliens existed, Billy had always been fascinated by the idea of life on other planets. And now, he realized that aliens were very real indeed, and they had stolen his dog. The next morning, Billy started preparing for an epic alien space adventure. He packed a backpack full of tools and snacks, putting in everything he thought he'd need to rescue Sparky. He packed a flashlight, a rope, and even his lucky baseball cap. Then Billy wrote a note for his parents explaining what had happened and that he had gone to space to get Sparky back. With his backpack on and a determined look on his face, Billy marched out to his backyard where the alien spaceship had landed. He knew it was unlikely the aliens would return to the exact same spot, but he hoped he might find some clues about where they had come from. He searched the yard for any signs of alien technology or traces of space fuel. Just then, Billy heard a rumbling noise overhead and looked up to see a beam of light shining down on him. He covered his eyes from the bright light as he started floating up towards it. The light was coming from the very same alien spaceship that had abducted Sparky. "Don't worry, Sparky, I'm coming to save you," yelled Billy as he floated up into the spaceship. The spaceship door closed behind him and the ship took off into space again. Billy was off on his rescue mission. Inside the spaceship, Billy found himself in a high-tech alien control room. There were flashing buttons, glowing screens, and levers of all shapes and sizes. Strange space music was playing over the intercom system. Billy could see the vast darkness of outer space through a huge window at the front of the spaceship. "Wow, real aliens and real spaceships," said Billy excitedly. He had always dreamed of going to space and now here he was on an actual alien spaceship. Just then, Billy heard Sparky barking nearby. "Sparky!" yelled Billy. He ran down a long hallway, opening doors until he found the room Sparky was in. Sparky was trapped inside a glowing force field cage. He barked excitedly when he saw Billy. "Don't worry, boy, I'll get you out of there," said Billy. He looked around the room and saw a control panel next to Sparky's cage. Billy pressed some buttons until the force field switched off and Sparky was free. Sparky jumped up and showered Billy in happy licks. Their joyful reunion was cut short by the sound of approaching alien footsteps. "We've got to hide," said Billy. He and Sparky ducked behind some boxes just as two short green aliens entered the room. "The Earth creature has escaped," said one alien to the other. "We must inform the captain," said the other alien. "If we do not complete our mission to bring the Earthling pets to our home planet, the captain will not be pleased." The aliens split up to search the ship for Billy and Sparky. As soon as they were gone, Billy and Sparky snuck out from their hiding spot. "It sounds like they were planning to take all the pets from Earth to their planet," whispered Billy. "We can't let them get away with that. We've got to stop their mission and get back home." Sparky wagged his tail in agreement. This wasn't just a rescue mission anymore, now Billy and Sparky had to save all the pets of Earth. Billy knew the only way they could get back home was to take control of the spaceship. "If we can get to the main control room, I could try flying this ship," said Billy. He didn't actually know how to pilot an alien spaceship, but he had played lots of space flight simulator games on his computer. How hard could it be? They made their way to the main control room, hiding whenever they heard aliens approaching. When they arrived at the control room, luckily no one was there. Billy ran to the spaceship steering wheel while Sparky jumped into the co-pilot seat. "Here goes nothing," said Billy as he grabbed the wheel. The spaceship jerked and rumbled as Billy pulled on the controls. Suddenly, the ship zoomed forward at warp speed. Billy and Sparky were pressed back into their seats from the intense speed, the stars outside becoming long white streaks. Alarms started blaring throughout the ship. 2 aliens rushed into the control room but were knocked off their feet by the shaking ship. "We've got to get to the tractor beam controls and shut it off before we get too close to their planet," yelled Billy over the noise. He steered the ship wildly trying to find the tractor beam controls. Finally he spotted a big yellow button with alien writing under a sign that looked like it meant tractor beam. "I sure hope this is the right button," Billy said as he slammed his fist on it. The button glowed and the ship stopped shaking suddenly. Billy had disabled the tractor beam. He steered the ship into a U-turn as the aliens shouted in anger. "Now let's get out of here," said Billy. He pulled back on the wheel, flying the ship faster and faster until Earth came into view ahead of them. "We're almost home, Sparky," said Billy happily. Sparky barked excitedly, ready to be back home safe and sound. Billy carefully piloted the alien spaceship down towards his backyard. He had to squint from the bright sun after being in the darkness of space. The aliens were vigorously pressing buttons on control panels behind Billy, but it was too late. The ship was going to land on Earth no matter what. With a bump and a crash, the spaceship landed sloppily in Billy's backyard. Billy and Sparky tumbled out of the spaceship door before the angry aliens could grab them. The aliens shook their fists shouting, "We'll get you next time, Earthlings," as the spaceship door slammed shut. The spaceship rocketed back off into space in defeat. Sparky did a flip in joy at being safely back home again. Billy laughed and hugged Sparky tight. It had been a close call, but they had saved all the pets of Earth from alien capture. Just then, Billy's parents came running outside. "Billy, what on earth is going on here? What was that spaceship? And why did we get your note about going to space?" they asked. Billy told them the whole story, the aliens taking Sparky in the night, his journey on the spaceship to get him back, and saving all the pets from the aliens' evil plans. At first his parents didn't believe him, but Sparky's excited barks convinced them it was true. "You saved Sparky and all the pets from aliens," said his mom in disbelief. "You're a hero." His dad ruffled Billy's hair proudly. "Who would have thought aliens were real?" he said with a shake of his head and a smile. Billy had gone on the most amazing outer space adventure all because he wanted to save his best friend. He discovered aliens were real and learned just how far he was willing to go for the dog he loved. And Sparky was simply happy to be back home getting belly rubs from his favorite boy on Earth.